Hey guys, awesome. I had an awesome experience. It's a dream. It's nothing UFO related, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. This cult tried to get me to get into their group. And I'm going to tell you the dream I had and how it's represented and everything. So I only got half an hour, so I got to get going. Okay, so I lay down. My soul is in St. Lucian. I lay down with my dog, puppy, a husky puppy. I just got it and I was all happy and I fell asleep. My wife, some kids are in the living room watching TV, playing with the dog and everything. I fall asleep. And the dream, it goes like this. I'm driving an old pickup truck. I think it's an old Dodge pickup truck, brown. And I got building material in the back of the pickup truck. Building material. Remember that. That's symbolic. I drive into this property and I have to back into the barn to drop this material off. So, but my buddy, my friend from in real life, I haven't seen him in 10 years. He's driving the car, the truck. And the dream before I was driving, but the dream before I woke up in the middle of it for some reason. But in this reoccurring dream, it's the second or third reoccurring dream I've had, but I caught it. And I got the whole thing in it. It went down. I back in this truck into the barn, and I'm looking out the window to make sure he don't hit the barn. And I'm looking, and he's going to hit the barn. I say, dude, can't you hit the barn? You're going to hit the barn. Stop. And then he stops. He pulls forward. And we start backing up again. He hits the barn and goes in. I'm like, Jesus Christ, can't you drive, man? What's going on? And anyway, we get out of the truck, and we walk out, and a couple of people met us to talk to us. And I was there to just help drive. It was a long drive. And it felt like it was in British Columbia, like Vancouver area. Anyway, and I'm from Ontario. So it was a long drive and we were taking turns driving this building material in an old Dodge pickup truck. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it's like almost 4,000 kilometers, okay? That's why it don't make sense. The truck wouldn't have made it out of Ontario. So anyway, he's talking to some guys, and one guy comes up to me, and we're talking, and he goes, well, one guy says talking to Dave, and he goes, well, we have to go upstairs, and all the papers are upstairs in the office, and we walk around this junk parked, like old tractors and things. We walk around to the left, we go to the left, and there's a stairs going up, and a walkway to this guy's office, which is way up on top of this barn. And I'm looking, I said, oh fuck, I ain't going up there. And there was another guy came, and we're all walking up there. There's a lady, we're all walking up there. They all started walking up, because they were all concerned about these building materials that appeared out of nowhere. And I'm like, well, we're here to deliver them, so I don't know. And the guy asked me, he goes, what are the building materials? And I go, I don't know, man. That's not my problem. Anyway, that's Dave. Dave had the manifest or whatever. So they all went up, and the one guy goes, oh, you're a Blue Jays fan, are you? And I looked and I go, what? What do you mean a Blue Jays fan? He goes, well, I'm an Expos fan. And I'm thinking, what the hell's he talking about? And I looked down at my shirt, and I had a button shirt on, almost like this one, but it was denim. And I opened my shirt, and I had a Blue Jays shirt on. Toronto Blue Jays. And I'm like, what the fuck am I wearing? I hate Toronto Blue Jays. I would never wear a Toronto Blue Jays. Number 2. Question that. He goes, I'm an Expos fan. I'm going, Expos? What? Expos? And anyway, I'm like, okay, whatever. And I go, well, I ain't going up there. I'm afraid of heights and I'm going to fall off and I don't really give a shit about what you're all talking about. I'm going to hang out down here. So I walk back to the van, where the doorway to the barn, and I'm standing there, and I see there's a big, giant, rich person's house, like a big ass rich house. And I saw these girls walking around in there, and they were like nice. So I'm like, well, why not? So I went in there, and I started walking around. There's people sleeping on the floor. There's people sitting in chairs in this one big room. And it was a nice house. I mean, the whole house was like wood. Like wood. A wooden house. And the floor was wood, and everything's wood, and there's like nice things all around. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is a nice house. I get rid of all these people. So I'm looking at all these girls, they're just laying around, sitting in chairs, and they seem to be waiting for something. And so I walk through them all, and I walk through this living room area, then I walk into this other area that's connected to a kitchen, and I walk in, and I'm looking for a place to sit, but all the chairs are taken, and I'm stepping over people, guys laying on the ground, girls laying on the ground, girls on the chairs, and I'm like, I just want a place to sit down and wait. So I work my way over, and there's 3 chairs over by this huge fish tank with fish in it. And I like to see the fish. So I walked over there, and I sat down on the chair, and I was looking at the fish. But I never did look at the fish, but I was sitting right next to the fish tank, like this. Okay? My head is next to the fish tank. I started looking at all these people, and the one guy, he looked at me, and I waved to him, and he ignored me, and he looked away. And he was a fatter guy, he had on the back, he had shaved head, and on the back of his neck was like some kind of psoriasis. His skin was peeling off and flaking, and it looked like a burn. Like a rash he had. And I'm like, God damn, that's gotta hurt. And then I'm looking at all the girls, and they're talking amongst themselves. Nobody's talking to me. Only one guy looked at me. And then all of a sudden, this one girl came in, and she felt like, I was asking myself, what are all these people laying around for? Couldn't figure it out. Hanging out in this place. All of a sudden, this girl came in, and she was like the leader of this, like a group leader. And she come walking in, okay, we're going to do this. We're all going to go to this place, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and blah, blah, blah. I didn't even listen to her. She was one of those trying to be authority girls, whatever, And then she's talking, and then people put their hands up and were asking questions. And the whole feeling it was like a Marxist camp or something. Like, you ever meet the Marxists on the street, and they try to convert you into Marxism? And out there are a bunch of girls, and the one ringleader girl, she's one of those, I don't know. Anyway, she's one of those leader types for militant leader type, and she's talking, blah, 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 we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. And I'm looking at her, and I looked at her pupils, and she had the vertical pupils that went like that, like you see on videos for the reptile aliens, that reptile extraterrestrial. Her pupils, they weren't even round, they were a vertical slit like that. Her pupils in her eyes, and I'm like, holy shit, she's a reptilian, man. And I didn't say it out loud. I'm just like, holy fuck. I'm thinking, is that real? Is she just putting on a show for everybody to make herself out like a leader or something? Giving her that leader visual aspect? Whatever, I don't know. I'm sitting there looking at her, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Where are all these people going? And all of a sudden, my friend Dave, he comes back. And there's no reason I should be dreaming about Dave. Dave comes back, and he comes up to me and goes, hey Rich. And I go, yeah. And he goes, I'm going to a group of 400 people. I go, what? And he goes, I'm going to a group of 400 people. And he goes, it's called, the group's called Yemit-Gema-Mogamma, or Yemit-Gema-Mogamma. And I go, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, I'm going to the group of 400, and the group is called Yemit-Gema-Mogamma. And I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I gotta drive back to Ontario. And he goes, he didn't ask me nothing. He kept talking. But I left. I got all pissed off. Like, we drove all the way to goddamn British Columbia to drop off these materials. We want to go home, and you're joining a group of 400. And I was all pissed off. And so I woke up. From that point, I woke up, and I'm laying in St. Lucia. My wife's there, and I didn't even stop. I grabbed a pen and a pencil. Now, I'm in the spirit world, but I'm woke in my head. I grabbed a paper and pencil, and I wrote down Yemit-Gema-Mogamma, group of 400, and everything I saw in the dream, and I gave it to Jesus. And I called Jesus, and I gave it to him. Everything I dreamt about, the whole dream. And I asked him if he wanted to come in and see if it was if what the fuck was going on, because this is getting freaking me out. Because it's the second time I had this dream, and I shouldn't. There's no relation. There's nothing here. And so he took it. I got up. I had to go pee, so I went to the bathroom, and then I went to make some coffee. And as I'm standing there, Christ came up to me. I felt him. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "let me in. I want to see this place." And I go, "Good. About fucking time you got here." And so I go, "Did you read the list?" He goes, "Yeah, let me in." And so he came in my heart. The place is just still in my head. And I go to my head. It's in my head, the dream. And so he went into my head, just like a trance channeler. I'd be the channeler. Christ would be the one who's talking. Well, it's just like that. So anyway, Grace is there, and he leaves. All of a sudden, he goes, whoop, and he disappears. And he goes, "I'm in the room." He goes, "What was the guy's name? Your friend's name?" And I said, "Dave, blah, blah, blah." I'm not saying his last name. Anyway, he goes, "Okay, I'm looking for." I go, "Find out." And also, I started thinking about the dream. The Blue Jays. I go, I was wearing a Blue Jays shirt. That makes no sense. And there was one guy who liked it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I know what that means." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "That's what you were supposed to be wearing, so they can identify the person they were supposed to meet, this group, and talk to you." And I go, I think my friend Dave in the dream was actually Crazy-Man." And I'm like, and he goes, "That's exactly what I'm thinking, and that's exactly why I'm here." So all of a sudden I realized, I go, I was sitting by a fish tank. And I go, "Fish tank." I go, "Jesus, I was sitting by a fish tank." And he goes, "You're sitting by a fish tank?" "Yeah." I go, and in my mind, I'm running over to the fish tank. Christ can see it. And I was sitting right there by the fish tank. And he goes, "That explains it." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "This is a room in the illusion." And I go, "Which the fish tank represents." And he goes, "Exactly." And I'm like, holy shit. And I go, "It's right beside my head." And he goes, "Yep, you got it, Rich." He goes, "You got it." And so he's in there, and another Christ went in, and they were asking questions about everything, and they're asking about this guy who likes to expose what I was delivering, what everything was going on, who's the girl with the reptilian eyes, all this shit. They were just asking questions. You can do whatever you want in illusion. There's no harm. But you're fucking with me, so they're in there checking it out. Like, these guys could kill me. This could be my death. So they're checking it out. And I have no reason to be this place. But the one message that came across was, "I'm joining the group of 400, Yemit-Gema-Mogamma." And I think they wanted me to join. And he went and told the rest of this group in the illusion room, the guy in the Toronto Blue Jays t-shirt is the guy we want. get them in the group. I never joined no group ever in my life, except maybe one. But that was just environmentally cool, and I learned from them. I didn't actually join them. But anyway, no groups, no religion. Not my thing. So I was on my way home, and they knew that I don't join groups, but they wanted me to join this group. Building materials in the dream. I drove in twice, with 2-3 times with building materials. Building materials are symbolic representation of what I'm doing down here and why Crazy-Man wants my secrets, because they're building materials for himself. Okay? So when you learn other people's skills, let's say this guy can levitate a thing of ketchup with his hand. You want that skill, don't you? You know, fucking damn near do anything to get it. Well, this guy was an ex-Jesus Christ. He can't do what I do, so I got secrets and skills. Building materials for himself. You're asking why I left my ketchup on the table? Because I'm a ketchup addict. It's just the way it is. Anyway, so this is what I'm saying. So it turns out, the room, Crazy-Man, comes into my head when I'm sleeping, takes me, my awareness and my brain to that room. The room is the one with the occult. So I looked up, I woke up, I went to the computer and I looked up Yemit-Gema-Mogamma, and this is what I got. I'll just show you real fast. I'll put it in the description. The only thing I could find anything cool was Kenyan public secondary schools. Mogamma, Yemit, and Gemma. I didn't even think that was a thing. I thought it was just a fucked up fucking dream. But those are 3 schools in Kenya. The people in the building, none of them were black. I didn't see one black person in this group, this cult, in this dream room that I was in. Now, Crazy-Man, if you've been following my videos, Crazy-Man is an ex-Christ who raped me and tortured me and did all this shit to get my secrets. And now he's doing 70 years in prison. But he's still in the illusion floating around. But when he wakes up, he's not in the illusion, he's in prison. But when he goes to sleep in prison, he floats around the illusion, comes to me and tries to fuck with me. He's trying to get me to join this group of 400 in this cult called whatever, Yemit-Gema-Mogamma, whatever. Anyway, that's what he's doing. He wanted me to join. But I been through this so many fucking times, this take me to a room bullshit, and torture the shit out of me. So he's just taking me to another room, but this is an occult, and he's part of it. And I busted it through my dream. When I woke up, I went to the bathroom, had a piss, went to the sink. I started singing, and it was just a riff, a guitar riff, a metal band, just a guitar riff. I started singing. I didn't sing the words. It was just like an anger, rage, guitar. The band's called Nailbomb Cockroaches. I read the lyrics, read the lyrics of that. Wow. It's about a cult that worships God. But they say that God's not inside you, but for me, I know it is. But in the lyrics, it says something different. You gotta read the lyrics. Here, I got 9 minutes left. I'll read them to you. Okay. It would be the best. Everyone could go to hell. Turn into yourself, always someone else. Don't need sympathy. Smile, it's nothing but teeth. I'll keep my integrity even if I have to sleep on the street. That's me right there. Definitely me. It's like I'll fucking give up everything in my life to keep my integrity. Definitely. Look around what you are doing. You think God's inside you, telling people what to do. You don't know who you are. I know God's inside me. The inner light is my connection to God. And I talk to it all the time. Christ knows this. I know this. That's what God is inside everybody. The inner light. But what it's saying here, it would be the best. Everyone could go to hell. Turn into yourself. Always someone else. Don't need sympathy. Smile. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, the song related to what I was feeling from the dream was they were trying to convert me into a cult, but they were so goddamn sneaky. He was so sneaky about it, Crazy-Man. I couldn't figure it out. I think it's Crazy-Man. Now, Crazy-Man in all the dreams, he portrays the movie stars, my friends, my girlfriend. All of it. It's never him. That's how he rapes me, right? He pretends he's a beautiful woman, and I start kissing her. Next thing I know, right? That's Crazy-Man. He does that all the time. He does it with my friends. Dave, I haven't seen him physically in 10 years. I started thinking about him for no particular reason at all. And now I'm dreaming about him. Crazy-Man was Dave in the Crazy-Man. Dave was Crazy-Man in the dream, trying to convert me. Rich, I'm going to the group before 100. And he wanted me to go. I know he did. I didn't hear it. But what they got to do for them to get you in there is you have to accept it. Rich, I'm going here. Do you want to come? Yeah. You're in. Now they can do what they want. You said yeah. I didn't say shit. I woke up. And I knew what was going on as soon as he said it. Yemit-Gema-Mogamma thing. And I wouldn't accept it. So I went and got Christ. He came in and busted the place. He basically said, everybody started getting mad at him, and he went in there. I heard the yelling. He was yelling. A couple Christs were yelling at everybody, and everybody was yelling at him. And he said, look, I have no jurisdiction here, but I do have jurisdiction over Christianity. And you are messing with me. And he goes, that's why I'm here. No more contact with me. That's it. This room is closed. And he goes, I know Crazy-Man's here. Crazy-Man, the ex-Christ. He goes, I know you're doing it to him. I know you're listening. I know this group wanted Richard and the stupid ass Toronto Blue Jays. You know, I don't like baseball. I don't care. I never wore a Toronto Blue Jays shirt in my life. Never. Toronto Maple Leafs, different story. But not the Toronto Blue Jays. So that was a complete giveaway that Crazy-Man, for whatever reason, gave me this shirt to identify the guy who's going in the group. So when you see the guy in the Toronto Blue Jays shirt, that's the guy you gotta be extra nice to. A lizard-eyed lady, totally a cult leader. Her eyes gave it away. I don't know why I jumped it. The fish tank by my head was the illusion room. All the fish in the fish tank that I was sitting, looking in this room. I'm looking in a room. It's a room in the illusion. A great big ass room. You'd never know you were in a room. But here I am in this room. Just like a fish tank. Which the fish tank was right by my head. Crazy-Man came into my soul and my brain took it to an illusion room to see this great big fish tank. I'm in the illusion room. I don't even know I'm in the illusion room, but they want me to join this cult. that's in the illusion room. In the illusion room, I'm sitting there checking everything out. Sit down beside a fish tank full of fish. I'm the fish. Am I going to stay in the fish tank or am I going to get the fuck out? I got out. I said, then Jesus, who loves this shit, he loves busting out. This guy's cool. So anyway, I haven't heard back what Christ found. If it's anything good, I know he kicked everybody out. I know he didn't kick everybody out. He said, you leave. He goes, I have no jurisdiction. You can do whatever you want. But you stay the hell away from me. No more of this bullshit. And he goes, I already know. He goes, I know. Crazy-Man was bringing Rich here, me, to the room to get me to go. And if I said, yeah, I'll go with you to the group of 400, the special group of important people, Yemit-Gema-Mogamma, Yemit-Gema, whatever the fuck it's called. But that's what they do. This is a spirit world. This is what all of you have to deal with. All of you. All 9 billion people on the earth. Me, the reason I know is because I'm neutral and I am natural law. Right from my fucking source. Natural law on the earth. Natural law and soul and spirit. Done. Neither good or bad. I just walk with God. Everything else is something to check out. When I have a dream, holy shit, that ain't me. Group, politics, left-right politics, groups, Greenpeace, commies, group, fucking whatever. Whatever your issue is, join the group. Well, that was another group. So, which natural law comes down to, natural law and Christianity, they're the same damn thing. That's why I'm Christian. That's why I'm with Christ. No religion. I don't subscribe to any religion. Christianity either. But I'm with Christ. Because that is the way to be. And I've never, in my life of 52 fucking years, been a religious person. So, that's that. Hope you like this video. Hope you learned something from it. Right now, I could be getting screwed over my life and no one in the spirit world will ever see me again if I join that group. Just to let you know. Later, guys.